I have seen the barn of my family, clothes and everything scattered in the rain. I have seen my grandpa, father and old men of our village being dragged and brutally beaten by stretching them on the ground without any justifiable reason. Following that, for so long, I held the picture of security forces as a villain. Till the day, security forces started MCA, Military Civic Action Campaign, in and around our village. Seeing the campaign day by day, my opinion of security forces changed from a villain to a hero. And today, here I am proudly standing among them. Now, I want to ask you all, which role would you want to be? A villain or a hero? Respected chief guests, chairperson, jury members, co-participants and audience, I, Rifle Women HT Anal of Assam Rifles, strongly support the given motion. First of all, I would like to remind every security personnel present here that preserving human rights is the core of our preamble, our constitution, our fundamental rights. And we, security forces, have willingly taken a pledge to abide by the constitution and law of the nation, even with the cause of our life with esteem, faith and truth. But unfortunately, the study conducted by a number of states have shown that a wide range of human rights are affected by counter-terrorism measures. Sir, being a trained soldier, trained to deal with any kind of unforeseen contingency, it is ridiculous to contest that terrorism and militancy cannot be tackled effectively while observing human rights. It can be definitely tackled effectively if we follow the procedures of SOPs provided with effective intelligence network, people-friendly operation, using minimal force to avoid collateral damage, and using advanced technology to identify potential extremists and their conspiracy. An important point to be noted is that the surviving source of militants and terrorists are the local populace. Therefore, neutralizing terrorists and militants will be effortless once we cut the tie of this source, which will be possible only when we respect human rights of the local populace. We must tackle terrorism and militancy in full realization that their strategy is to strengthen support for radicalism among potential adherents and to induce us to respond in a manner that reinforce their narratives and fit their recruitment. At the moment, the more terrorists we kill, the more they multiply. We need to plant the seed of trust and win the hearts and minds of our people instead of killing them in the web of friction while combating terrorists and militants. It is necessary for us to be conscious that the agony of grievance and vengeance does not pass on to the generation to generation. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, but we will have to see another Kashmir. According to my opponents, using brutal forces will sustain peace in the nation. Are they trying to bring the rule of radical force of Hitler, Gaddafi, Kim Jong, Syria, Myanmar and Afghanistan? Do they want the same plight for Indians too, where the citizens flee from their own motherland to live the life of a poor refugee? Sir, I think my opponents had forgotten that it was because of tremendous human rights violation that Pakistan was divided to form Bangladesh. History is witness that whenever human rights are tampered with, nations have lost control on their citizens, leading in deaths and casualties of both the civilians and the security forces. We must ask ourselves for whom the security forces are taking security measures. What is the use of such security which is obtained in lieu of our basic rights? Can you say a nation is secure when its own countrymen die in the hands of its own protectors? Sir, in Northeast Border Area, FMR, Free Movement Regime, has been in place to protect the traditional, social and rights amongst the border tribals people. Even conducting surgical strike without any collateral damage was possible in that area. In such a sensitive environment, if we can respect human rights, then why not amongst our own people? Sir, now is a good time not only to tackle terrorism and militancy, but also to eliminate the root causes and identify the central challenges relating to human rights and work towards tackling them. Our nation should be vigilant with regard to the adoption of new anti-terrorist legislation, which should be subjected to human rights proofing and provide for democratic oversight of security services. Only then our nation will be able to provide a sustainable peace and security. Let us stop regarding human rights as an obstacle, but make it our tool, our mediator, a shield and a guide to perform our duty in the true valor and discretion. I would conclude by saying, let us all wake up. Wake up before it's too late, before we regret that in our service to the nation, we had not killed a foe, but innocent. Jai Hind.